What up, y'all? This is the Albinoverse with Nathan Hunt. I'm actually probably going to be changing the name of the Albinoverse in a little bit, and maybe next week. Just because I don't really have a topic. This is kind of just a me talking podcast. You know what I mean? Like, it's just me talking about random shit. I don't really have any points, and I don't know. The Albinoverse has kind of got stale, and I haven't done that many episodes. I'm trying to do it every week now, but it's hard because I be forgetting and shit. Yeah, man. So we out here. We got 23 days left until I film my special. I'm nervous as hell. I watched my homies released his special, Jamar Malachi Neighbors, Rotten Luther King Jr. On YouTube yesterday, and it's fire. I love it. That's my dude, man. That's my Ace Boone Coon right there. He's actually going to be at my special opening for me. I tried to call him just a few minutes ago, but he's actually working. He's on This Fool. He's on the show This Fool. He's a regular. I mean, he was on the first season. He's on the second season. They got another season. I love that show. Even like I was on it for a little taste. And that was actually one of the greatest things ever, because I remember when I got the audition for it, I remember he had told me that he was on a new show, and I was like, that's dope, obviously. But I forgot the name of it. And then when I got the audition, I was like, I think that's Jamar's show. And then I told him about it. And at first I was like, did he call and like try and get me an audition or something? No, he didn't. I just ended up getting an audition, and then I actually got that role. And so what was crazy is, like, I was like, yo, dog, am I on the same show as you? He's like, oh, nigga, that's my show. And I was like, oh, shit. And then we actually started talking and found out that we actually worked the same day. We were scheduled to work on the same day together. And then we figured out that we're actually working in the same scene together. So I got to, like, he picked me up on the day of the shooting. And it was crazy to be hired on a show that one of your best friends in the world is on, and drive to work together doing the thing that you love. Like, we like that is like a dream come true. It's so crazy that it happened like that. And I got to work in a scene with my friend. And it was no like nepotism. There wasn't any like, oh, he got me nah. Like, he got the job his way, and he's still on it, killing it. And I got the job because I they liked me. And I thought that was just one of the coolest things that's happened to me in Hollywood, getting to go to work at the thing that you've been trying to do for almost 20 years with one of your best friends, and be on a show that like is dope, and just around a bunch of other like comedians and stuff. And it was really dope, man. That was a high point in my life. So shout out to the homie Jamar, man. That's my nigga right there, for real. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to this special, man. The homie Zane is gonna be directing it. My homie Colt is kind of helping me with the background and like the behind the scenes stuff that we're going to be releasing with it, like as a kind of companion thing. Because I think what we're going to do, everybody tells me that I should try and really try and sell it. And while that is something that I'm going to like shop it, I guess, but my goal is I'm releasing it before my birthday. After it's edited, I want to be able to release it as soon as possible so I can start working on the next special. And yeah, so I would prefer look, if I can sell it, fantastic. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to wait 6 months, 12 months to try and see if I can get somebody to sell. I will release it off my Patreon for fucking $10, and then like 3 months later, release it on YouTube for free, and just hope that hope I get some ad revenues or like some sponsors or something like that. Cause I mean, like, yeah, I really do want to make money on this special, but my biggest thing is I want to get people to see, I want people to see that I'm funny, like that my comedy, because so many of the people who follow me on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, whatever, found me on those apps. They didn't find me because of the stand-up comedy. And I'm really bad at the booking and the business part of stand-up comedy. So I don't get a lot of shows. And it's because I don't have the confidence on stage that I do off stage. I'm trying. I'm doing better. My girl is definitely helping me with that, but it's still a struggle. I'm not trying to like I obviously I do shows because I've been doing this for almost 15 years. Next month is at the end of April 5th. I mean, May 5th is, I think it's 15 years for me doing stand up. So yeah, and then acting I've been doing for 18 years. I mean, that's what I came down to LA for in the first place. But it's always been hard, but because not a lot of people are looking for albinos, and I get treated kind of like a gimmick a lot of the time, which again is not, people do it without even noticing that they're doing it. And it's just something you got to deal. The thing I try, one thing I didn't even know was was like a thing that I deal with until I really started like I got a little older and stuff like that. Well, the fact that I'm like, I have pretty bad ADHD, and they talk about masking, and I mask obviously for my ADHD, which takes a lot of energy and stuff like that. And I'm on meds now. I wasn't for a really long time. I was on meds when I was a kid. I got diagnosed when I was in like sixth or seventh grade, and I was on meds for a while, and they sometimes did work, sometimes didn't. I was also had a lot of trauma, some learning disabilities, but at the same time, I'm also legally blind. And one of the messed up things about being legally blind is I mask that too, because people don't really didn't at the time understand what ADHD was, and they still kind of don't. You know what I mean? Like, so to a lot of people, it's just you're lazy or you can't pay attention, because they can't tell when you're doing something when it's the ADHD, or when it's you're being lazy or being unattentive or not paying attention, or you're just being an asshole, stuff like that, because they can't tell, because just because you have ADHD doesn't mean you can't be a dick, or doesn't mean you can't be lazy. So it's hard for people to tell. So I didn't even know I didn't know that, like, I have a Kiki, and I played with this for my entire life. I didn't realize that this was a stem. Um, and I've been masking, I mask a lot for the ADHD. But the crazy thing is that I also have to mask for being legally blind, because the world is not made for me. It's made for people with 20/20 vision. Everything that we see is made for somebody with 20/20 vision. Every phone that you have, it's not that I mean, yes, my eyes are bad, but at the same time, the whole phone is made with the person who has 20/20 vision in mind. So it's made for you. And then I have to accommodate myself to be able to use these products. So everything I see, everything that I interact with is not made for me. And it's me who is accommodating to be able to use those things and to be able to go through that life. So sometimes I need accommodations, because there's never a time when I can explain to somebody how I see, and they understand it, which they can't. People, so it's easier for people to be like, oh well, he's lying, he's not this blind, or he can't do this, or he can't do that, rather than just like kind of not know the answer. And I get that. It sucks for me, because there's like a lot of stuff that is in braille, but I'm not blind, so I can see stuff. So um there are fewer accommodations for somebody who's legally blind than there are somebody who's totally blind. That's not me saying that I wish I was totally blind. I absolutely do not. But there's just not that many accommodations when you are legally blind. And so that's another thing that I have to accommodate for, that I have to mask for. The third thing is being a black albino, because, people don't know what I am when I walk into a room. I'm always looked at. No matter what room I'm in, I'm looked at. And I've had to mask because of that. Because some people are like don't know, and they don't believe me or whatever. So um, all of those things when I was a kid kind of sucked, because people had a lot of different things to blame my bad or good or fucked up behavior on. To be like, oh, he's just black, or he's just adopted, or he's just albino, or he's ADHD, or he's legally blind. There was all these things. And since there was no consensus on what was fucked up in here, that it was just, I was a fucked up kid. And that still goes on today. I mean, shit, look at my comment section. But I'm a little bit better at handling it than I was as a kid. Still hurts sometimes, still fucked up. It's still a lot. I mean, I'm on like I said, I'm on meds now, but they don't take away the problem. They just make it a little bit easier to deal with. But it's not like it's not a miracle cure. Unfortunately, it's in being legally blind, ADHD. I think depression, which I still don't think that I have, even though everybody else, all the doctors, my mom, my girlfriend, all everyone been like, yeah, intrusive thoughts and stuff like that. It's hard for people to understand, because they can't see it. They can't. It's hard to make a concept out of something that you don't have a concept for. Like it's And the funny thing is, like, I tried to explain to somebody like this. They were like, I don't think depression is real. And I was like, well, I think that it is. And they were like, nah, it's just people. And I was like, the problem is that it's like this. My girlfriend's daughter absolutely loves sour things. She loves them. She absolutely loves sour things. I hate sour. I can't stand it. It's painful. But at the same time, I don't think that she's lying to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that she's being dishonest. I think that she just has a different experience with this thing. It's kind of like, but that's kind of like depression or anxiety or ADHD or autism or post PTSD or something. I I can understand that you have this thing that I don't understand, but at the same time, I don't have to. It's I can understand you're not lying to me. You experience something completely different from me that I cannot experience, but I still don't try and make that experience. Like I don't try and make you, oh well, since I can't understand it, you must be lying because sometimes you might be or somebody might be. Nah, I just assume that a good person is a good person, and I try and let it ride like that. If that makes any sense, I don't know if it does, but um, so yeah, that's what it was like growing up, and that's one of the reasons that I'm not great at the whole business side of the comedy. It's just that like I don't know what part I'm supposed to mask in, so I'm going in like being myself in certain situations when I was growing up got me hurt. You know what I mean? Like got people fucking with me or bad things, death, bad shit. We'll talk about that some other time. But um, getting better at it. I got a lot of friends around me. I got a lot of good people around me that have done a lot of work and helped with me. Um, and that's good, man. You got to surround yourself with good people. It's harder than it seems to be because sometimes being around shitty people is comforting. You know what I mean? Like, because there's no expectation. We both ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to become shit because like the shit because then I got to become the shit. Like, But if we're just all in, it's kind of like that jail mentality. You know what I mean? Like, I have so many friends that go to jail, and then they come out of jail and they don't know how to communicate out of jail because it's either they're at a 1 or a 10. They don't have any middle, and that means that they're only going to be able to communicate with people that are at a 1 or a 10. They don't have any like a lot of friends who are in the middle because they they were in a place where there couldn't be a middle. You know what I mean? Like you gotta fight this dude because he called you a bitch, not because you want to fight him or anything like that, but because if you don't, you got to see him for another year and a half. And if he keeps calling you a bitch, other people are going to call you a bitch because they can see that, and it's going to get reinforced. But in life, you can just walk the fuck away and never see that person again. But that's a hard mentality to break. And I think that a lot of military people have that same mentality because the military doesn't detrain people, if that makes any sense. Um, the Air Force does, but that's because the Air Force, I think, needs you to be a critical thinker. The Marines don't because they don't need you to be a critical thinker. They need you to be at a 1 or a 10. I need to be able to tell you to go over that fucking berm right there. And even though you're outnumbered, kill every last one of those motherfuckers. I can't be having you asking questions because that might cost fucking time and lives. The problem is that's a very good tactic for war. It's a very bad tactic for life because there's circumstance in life and we're not at war. But if you know, it's one of the reasons why I feel so bad for Marines because they just get shit on when they get out. Army too, but not as much. Um, and that's why Marines, tend to, or people who have been to combat tend to hang out with other people that have been in contact because they know those people are either at a 1 or a 10, and it is very hard to kind of not be at one of those things when somebody's at a 4. They don't know how to recognize that because they never got trained in that, and that sucks. You know what I mean? Like, and so I understand and I was there for a while, like kind of, I was either at a 1 or a 10, and that wasn't great because I needed to be around people that weren't there. Like comedy forces you to be able to be at not just anywhere between 1 and 10, but I can be at 1.2. or I can be at 1.3, or I can be at 1, you know what I mean? Like all the way up to 10. And that is because if you can't understand different perspectives, and like if you can't communicate with groups of people that don't have anything in common, you're not going to be a very good comedian, because it's all about communication. If I can't communicate to you why this thing is funny, then you're not going to laugh at it, and I'm not going to get paid because motherfuckers ain't laughing. You know what I mean? So that's one of the reasons why comedians have, it seems like we're very like sometimes middle of the field. We're not. It's just that we understand that there's very few times where you're gonna have to just be at a 10. If you're at a 10, it's hard to see one. So if you're all the way over here, it's very difficult to see what's going on over there. Um, and so I'm not gonna go to the 10 if this dude's at a 1, because now we can't see each other and I can't make you laugh. I can't communicate with you. So maybe I'll go a little bit over here just so I can see a little bit better. And that's where you get the best comedians in the world, the Chappelles, the Harts, you know what I mean? Like the Tom Segura's, Bill Burr, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, shit like that. So that's what I'm trying to get to. It's hard to get there, and I'm not there yet, but I'm gonna get to that motherfucker one of these days. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, man, that's about that comedy life. And yeah, man, this special, man, it's gonna be something, man. It's gonna be fucking good. I need to go see a movie. I ain't seen a movie. The last movie I saw was Quantum Mania. I got a fucking Stubbs pass. I need to be going to see movies. And I like Quantum Mania. I need to go see Cocaine Bear, give y'all a review on Cocaine Bear, because I really actually want to see that shit. It's motherfucking Cocaine Bear. Who don't want to see Cocaine Bear? You know what I mean? Like, so that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go do that. Um, what else going on? Yeah, man, that's about all that's really going on in my life, man. Like trying to lose weight. I'm pre-diabetic and I'm trying to eat healthy and shit like that, get back into shape. But it's hard, y'all. It's hard. I've been stressed. This comedy special been stressing me the hell out. But man, it's gonna be fun. The set is good. I need to practice it. I need to really rehearse it, like really practice it a couple of times. I need some shows. Like I need a ton of shows to be able to really get it perfect. And I don't have the number of shows that I feel like I need. I mean, it's still gonna be dope. Don't get it twisted. It's still gonna be dope. I'm gonna still hit you with the both barrels, cacao. But I just wish I could do a little bit more. But you know what? It's okay, because either way, it's gonna be good. And then you know what? I can do another one. Everybody's not gonna like it, and that's fine. This is me basically talking to myself right now. You are just along for the ride, is what that is. So yeah. Um, I also need some more acting work. I need some more acting work, man. I don't have a lot of. I don't even have an agent. Ain't got no auditions. I think I've had maybe 2 auditions this year. I haven't had like almost no auditions since the last thing. I mean, like I did all those. I was on TV 4 times last year, but all those auditions were the year before, or like 2020, I believe, or 20. Yeah, 2021. I did all those auditions in 2021, and then 2022 I didn't have any fucking projects. I wasn't on TV. I was on TV 4 times, but they were all filmed in 2021. So I didn't get any parts in 2022, and almost no auditions. And again, not a lot of auditions, because I have a manager, but he's not big up in there. He's great. I love him. He got me all 4 of those auditions that I got on TV for last year, but I just haven't got any more because I need an agent. I need an agent really out there shopping for me, and I don't got one right now, but that'll come. And yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's cool though. You know what I mean? I'm out here. I want to go. I need to go see a movie, man. I think that's what it is, man. I really need to go see a movie. I really need to go see some movies, get my mind right. I love going to the movies, man. I love going to the movies. I know a lot of people are like, man, I'd rather just stream it at home. I love going to the movies, man, because you got to understand, man. As a kid, we were a take popcorn to the movie family. Like we were not a buy popcorn. That was an extravagant treat, to buy food at the movie theater. Like that was an extra. Like I now sometimes I will buy a hot dog at the movie theater. I don't even really like hot dogs. I'll just buy it because I can. You know what I'm talking about? Like but I'll get like a pretzel and some popcorn. I'll go to I will just have dinner at the movie theater, just in the seat, just eating. The fucking movie ain't even on. I don't even know. I've been so full before. I've been like, damn, I don't even know if I want to stay for the movie now. I feel fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, because as a kid, man, nah, we would the twist ties, make some popcorn at home, put it in little bags, the twist ties, get you a thermos, and somehow go to the store beforehand. Mom's got the big ass purse. Yeah, that was us. We will bring your food from home, and now I'm not doing it. I don't bring no food from home. I buy it there. I know it's overpriced and nasty, but I'm buying it there because I can. For the same reason that I still occasionally buy name brand cereal. You know what I mean? Like I don't even really eat cereal like that anymore because the only shit I like has got all the sugars in it. But I don't ever buy no second hand. Even if I can't afford the first hand, I'm not buying it because I used to only get that bottom row of cereal coming up. You know what I mean? Like only got the bottom row. And now I can get that middle row. Fam, come on. Come on, man. Come on. Also, I had to fucking eat because they thought I was allergic to everything. So they thought I was allergic to milk. So I had to have cereal with motherfucking orange juice. I drink cereal with orange juice and not good cereal, like bottom shelf, like cornflakes, because they also thought I was allergic to sugar. So I couldn't have the sugar cereal or the milk. So I'm eating cornflakes with no sugar and orange juice. My life was different, man. My life was different. But yeah, man. So that's what it is, man. I think I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate you being here. By the way, some of y'all might not know this. Some of the reason, like right now, I'm looking at the camera. For me, this is straight, but this eye is better than this eye, so that's why it looks like I'm looking like this. I know how to do this, but it's a little uncomfortable. So I just do this because this is me looking straight. But when I'm on camera, I have to make a conscious effort to do this. But this, because this side's better. So that's all that is. Yeah. I don't know. Y'all didn't need that. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. Y'all fantastic, man. Y'all are good people. I appreciate all the support and love that y'all be giving me and shit. I got a hair on my head. I mean, I don't, but like there's a hair bugging the fuck out of me. Just bugging me. But yeah, man, follow me on all the social media apps, the YouTubes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that shit. Nathan Heard Comedy, Twitter, Nate Heard Comedy. Um, get the merch. Your mama, how about that merch? I got some new merch coming out. I've been saying that for a while, but I actually do. Get your tickets to my show at my link tree. And I will see y'all next week, man. Deuce.